Hey, what's up? Thanks for checking out this video. So if you're watching this on my YouTube channel, Transform with Kris, don't forget to subscribe and turn on your notification. If you want to follow me on any other social media, I can be found under Chrissy Wee. Yes. So before we go ahead and jump into this video, feel free to check out some of my other videos. If you like positivity and creativity and just overall being self-sufficient, you are definitely in the right place. At the end of this video, I am going to include a couple of links for some other videos that I've already posted. So let's go ahead and jump into this video and make some magic happen. Okay. I am going to show you how to cornrow your own hair. If you can master this on your own hair, then you can definitely impeccably slay this on someone else's. So there will be about 3 times during this video that I slow down the footage because I want you to pay close attention to the braiding technique. So make sure that you really look at my hands, my arms, and just my fingers, how they're moving, because I really want you to have a general idea of all of the ways that I had to move in order to accomplish this look. I am going to use this as a protective style. So in my case, it doesn't matter if the parts are perfect, because if you're fully covering your hair with something else, it really doesn't matter because no one else is going to see your parts. So what's really important is that when you're gathering your hair that you're going to include with your braid, try to avoid accidentally grabbing strands of hair that don't belong with that braid, because if you install weave on top of this and you have to comb that weave, then more than likely you might comb the strands of hair that are caught too, and as a result, if you do comb it, then that's going to cause your hair to snap and break. So you'll notice in the video with every braid, I flip the braid to the opposite side. When you are braiding your hair yourself, depending on how flexible your arms are will determine how far back and how far down you can braid. So the reason why I flip the braid to the other side is because when I bring my arms at my side, if I continue braiding on the original side that I started out on, I always have a knot in my braid. So that's a little trick that I do where I flip the braid to the opposite side and continue with braiding, and this always gives me a smooth, professional looking braid from beginning to end without any knots. As soon as I notice that I have strands of hair caught in a braid, what I will do is gently wiggle the braid to safely release the hair. Now, if I'm past the point to where I cannot release it, a lot of times I will unbraid the braid up until the point where I can release it. Now, I'm not going to even lie to you. If I'm almost done with the braid, and depending on my mood, and if it's one or 2 strands, I am not going to go back and like unbraid it. A lot of times I'll just snip that little strand just to avert any pain, because if you have weave on top of this and if you comb it and if that strand is caught and you comb that strand, it can be painful. So that's why I proactively clip it. Now, with that being said, it's only occasional when I clip the strands. It's not often that I do that. By the end of the video, you'll see that the braids and the parting looks great. If you're just learning how to braid, or if you're attempting to perfect your braiding game, if your braids don't turn out the way that you envisioned that they would, don't be discouraged or daunted by it, only because the more you continue to do this, the better you'll get at it. So definitely don't give up on yourself. Keep trying. Some paramount details to cover. The first thing is, going forward for all of my videos, I am going to try something new. Throughout this video, you've seen words flashing on screen. These are words that I don't typically use. I always try to set goals for myself. So one goal for me is that I try to learn something new every day. I want to be the smartest person that I can be. The second thing is I am always looking to increase my vocabulary. For me, there is nothing more awkward than having a conversation with a super intelligent person and they're using all of these words that I've never heard of before, or words that I have heard but just never bothered to look them up to see what they actually mean. So, of course, based on the sentence structure, I can listen to what the person is saying and I can determine what the word means by guessing. But of course, in the English language, there may be one word with 10 different meanings. So I don't want to guess what the word means. I want to know what it means. So I've included these on screen so that way if these are words that you're not familiar with, or if they're new words or just words that you don't typically use, whatever the case is, we can go ahead and become smarter together. Because over here on my channel, my motto is we're about building each other up, not breaking each other down. Okay? Yes. At the end of this video, I am going to include a very quick quiz with the words that were shown throughout the video. So what I want you to try to do is to see if you can correctly match the words with the definitions that were actually shown. So try not to peek, but of course, if you do, I'm not there to see it, so I would never ever know. Another essential detail is when you are braiding your hair, do not braid your hair tight. Your scalp should not be red and you shouldn't have bumps anywhere, okay? Some stylists and just people who do hair in general, they have this common misconception that in order for your hair to look good or in order for it to be secure, it has to be tight. That is erroneous. I actually do my hair all the time, and whether it's natural hair or whether I'm installing some weave, my style will last for weeks and months at the time, and it's never tight. Instantly, once I'm done, it's never painful. It never hurts. It should not hurt. And we're promoting hair growth, so you do want your hair to be healthy and you don't want any breakage anywhere. So don't braid it tight. It doesn't have to be tight. If your hair becomes tangled while you're braiding it, just gingerly untangle the strands with your fingers. You don't want to yank on your hair because you don't want to break it. So just make sure you gently pull it apart wherever it's tangled. This is a fresh wash for me, but as you can see, I'm brushing dandruff from out of my hair. Normally with my hair, I can wash it one day and then the next day I will literally have dandruff on my scalp. So what I do is I make this pre-wash that's completely natural, and whenever I use this, I won't have dandruff for weeks at a time. But it's actually been a long time since I have used it. So the next time I wash my hair, I'm going to make some, and I'll make sure that I drop a video so that way you all can see what I use to get rid of this pesky problem. But had I probably thoroughly brushed my hair better as I was washing it, then I probably wouldn't have as much. But my hair is so thick and it's so long, I'm pretty sure I just did a halfway job. So this is one of my favorite protective styles as far as a braid pattern because it allows full access to my scalp, so that way I can apply any oil or moisturizer. I will never install a style that prevents me from having access to my scalp so that way I can apply something. So of course our hair produces sebum, but it's not enough sebum to keep us going for weeks at the time where we don't have to apply anything. So you definitely don't want your hair to become brittle or dry because then at that point you have to deal with breakage.